Hi and welcome to Dave Barlow Guitar, and in this video I'm really excited. I'll tell you why. There's a few things going on and I got to tell you about it. But first of all, I promised to do this video because everybody asked me to do some sound bites on the blues engines. These are IronGear blues engine pickups. They are made again by IronGear, and the differences with these is that they have a raw nickel cover, which I specifically asked for. Which is great, so they're available now on the site, which is brilliant. So raw nickel covers, they look great. If you look at my previous video where I took this guitar, which is an Epiphone Gothic Explorer, and did a new paint job on it, check the video below. I explain a little bit more detail about the pickups, but this video is about the sound bites. Also, while I was preparing some sound bites, which you'll, at the end of this video, I mean, if you want to skip to the end of this video and not hear some really interesting stuff about how I recorded this and what equipment I used to record this, I think you will want to know about this. You could go to the end of the video and you can hear me. I got my son to do a drum track for me, and I just recorded an amplifier and a speaker, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, which will blow your mind, right? With this microphone. It's a Pro Sound. It's nothing that you know people use like really expensive microphones. I'm poor, so I can only use what I got. So anyway, so I recorded some stuff onto it's buzzing, sorry about that. I recorded some stuff on Audacity because it's like free and it's easy to record stuff on it. So I recorded a couple of guitar tracks, kind of AC/DC style, because these pickups like sing AC/DC, and yeah, and there's a drum track on there, and I even played the bass. But I'll talk to you about the gear in just a second. But anyway, so it's a bit noisy. I'm using this amp. It's kind of not noisy, but noisy for this little room. I could do this all day, right? The sound I got coming out of this is like incredible. So can't do AC/DC songs, because if I do an AC/DC song, YouTube like takes my video down or some shit. I don't know why that is, but yeah, I get these flags and stuff. Kept saying, oh, you can't play, you can't. But I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of copyright thing. I don't know. Maybe you have to get some kind of license. Anybody knows about it? I don't worry about it. That sounds AC/DC anyway. But so yeah, so what's the deal here? I don't know. I'm just kind of a bit blown away, really. I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words, which is probably the first time this has happened to me for a long time. Sometimes you just just find the right people and the right things, and you put them together, and boom, everything seems to work together. But anyway, so enough about my emotions. Let's talk about what's in it for you. So let me recap this just quickly. I've got recording that's at the end, so if you want to just pass all this emotional crap, you can do and go to the end. But the thing is, we got an Epiphone Explorer guitar that we purchased for £200 on eBay. We just like changed the colour of it because we don't like the matte black thing because it's too heavy metal. We changed the pickups out, which were a little bit muddy for my liking, and we put in a set of blues engines by IronGear pickups. These blues engines are no different from the blues engines I use in my other guitars and have used before, except for they have raw nickel covers. The difference between raw nickel covers and normal covers, well, normal covers I think kind of muffle the sound a bit, in my opinion. Raw nickel covers don't do that. They give you a really nice kind of vintagey look and finish, but without changing your sound too much, in my opinion. The other thing is that raw nickel covers, they kind of like they age quicker, gracefully but quicker, which is nice. and they're not perfect. They got like kind of, they're not perfect looking. If you're looking for shiny, clean, new stuff, then you know, a raw nickel cover's not for you. Raw nickel is, in my eyes, the perfect cover to put in a second-hand guitar. Reason being is you got a second-hand guitar beat up a bit, seen a few gigs, been through the wars a bit, and then you put a brand new shiny set of pickups in. It doesn't look right. Just doesn't look right. So there you go. That's my take on that. And the other thing is, you know, obviously go and listen to the sound bites, all that kind of stuff. It's going to blow you away. But the other thing is, I'm at a slight advantage here, because over the last 6 months, I would say 6 months, I've been working with a guy that I know really, really well, and he's a little bit of a whiz kid in electronics and stuff, and he knows stuff. And I was talking to him about an amplifier, and I said, oh, let me turn this off. And we was talking about an amplifier, and he said, well, you know, if you could have an amplifier, what amplifier would you have, Dave? And I went, well, I'd have three amplifiers. He goes, what are they then? So I said, well, a 59 Bassman, I want a JTM50 and I want a Plexi. And he goes, what are they? I said, they're amps. And he goes, right, send me a picture. I go, what? Send me a picture. I said, more than that, mate, just making it look like it's got to sound like it. He goes, yeah, no worries. Well, what we'll do is we'll go online and we'll see, we'll get some spec, and we'll order some parts in, and we'll just solder it all together. And I'm looking at him and going, you can do that? He goes, don't know, give it a whirl. Can't be that difficult, can it? So I went, okay, fine. So yeah, because I like the idea. I like this idea. I think, well, do you have to be a big amp manufacturer to get a really cool sounding amp? I mean, I know lots of people, you can like build yourself stuff. But the problem with the build yourself stuff is that you can go onto a website and they supply you all the components, and they send you the instructions and you build it yourself. But you don't get a choice of what components you want to use. Perhaps you don't want to use the components that they're using. Perhaps you want to use components that you want to use, and transformers that you want to use and stuff like that. So that's what my mate Danny did. He kind of went out there and kind of looked around, pulled all the parts in. Some parts he got from guys that were supplying parts for amp builders. Some parts he just bought as parts, you know, from parts specialists. So I'm going to give you a quick squiz at this so you can have a look at it. So I'm going to show you what I used to record all the tracks, including the bass. Let me get the camera and show you what I used. This is me getting the camera. Low budget. That's what this is. Low budget. Right. God, I'm out of breath. So excited. Right. Okie dokie. This is it. This is our take on, well, it looks like a JTM45. But it's got a little switch in the back, which I'm going to show you more in another video, and we're going to go into this in a lot of detail in another video, and you know, sounds and the full volume sound and all that kind of stuff. But basically, this amp is a 1959 Bassman, it's a JTM45, and it's also a Plexi as well. Also, yes, it's valve rectified, but also we can switch that valve rectification off. So again, I've basically got, because I like the whole Thomas Blug thing where you can have 3 or 4 amps in a box. This is 3 amps in a box. Albeit you can't, they're not channel switchable, but there are 3 options in a box. And basically, I use this to record everything that you're about to hear through my high watt Tuba 12. And because I can't run this amp at full volume, it's a 50 watt amp. Because I can't run it at full volume here, I just pushed it a little bit with a very cheap pedal called a Golden Plexi. I just pushed it a little bit with that, put a little bit of reverb with a Hoff. That's just a tuner. That's all I used. If you've got any questions, feel free to put the comments in the bottom, and you know, I'll answer them best I can. With regards to the amp, it's something we're building. It's something we're building for the marketplace. I don't sell on YouTube. So if you want to talk to me about amps and stuff like that, and stuff that we're up to, you know, connect with me on my Facebook page. The link is at the bottom there, and all the other stuff. So sound bites are coming now, but before the sound bites coming, I'll catch you later on the next video. Hopefully we're going to be talking to this talking to the guy that built this amp, and also showing you the amp in a little bit more detail, a little bit more R&D we need for it, a little bit more like testing we need to do on it, but we will keep you posted on that, and I will catch you later.